So if you're thinking of adding new trees or even some shrubs to your landscaping, now is the time to get out and check things out. Corey Malice has more in today's Hands-On Gardening.
In today's Hands-On Gardening, I'm joined by Steve Hunzinger from the UW Extension Office. And Steve, this is really a good time of the year to go scouting around for those shrubs and those trees, the blooming trees and shrubs and the vines. Everything's in bloom, and if you've been thinking about adding something to your yard, now's the time just to kind of drive around and take a look at what's out there.
Yeah, you can take a lot in and see a lot of the different plants. We often think about our spring blooming plants that we always want to get started. We like the lilacs that might come out, or the magnolia tree that really gets on a show early on in the season. But think about those summer ones, even some of our large trees. We can think about little leaf linden, or we can think about a catalpa tree and some of the blooms that will put on. So we can have a lot of mix as we're looking for plants in our landscape for the summer.
And another popular item would be climbing roses, but you have to watch those.
You do. Climbing roses are really zone sensitive, okay? And we start with that. Think about our zone hardiness being in a zone 4 in this area typically. So we want to get those that are going to be winter hardy and survive. They also climb really well and can put on a lot of growth in a year. So we want to be able to manage those as we move along. Clematis is another one that many people have around. Wisteria might be something that we use as a climbing vine to add to our landscape, to add some color.
Yeah, the thing about vines is they will spread, and they'll spread very, very rapidly. So you got to kind of keep an eye on them. Yeah. Put them in a place where it's okay for them to spread. Now, what about hardiness?
Hardiness, again, no matter whether we're talking a tree, a shrub, or a vine, we want to stay in those zones that are going to survive our winters. That's kind of the key. We get some warm enough weather in our summers, but they need to be able to survive those cold temperatures in the winter. So we want to look at that across. And as we think about some of our shrubs, we might think of butterfly bush as something that we want to bring in. Hydrangeas are a number of different colors, so consider some of those in our landscape too. They're all hardy and can be a nice accent to our landscape.
Alrighty, some good advice there, Steve. Good luck on your search. That is today's Hands-On Gardening.
And if you have a question for our gardening expert, you can always send them to me at mkolosky@wkbt.com.